Good evening. My name is Annie Smith. I'm a lecturer and academic advisor in the School of Nursing. It is an honor to welcome you this evening as we celebrate the achievements of the University of Maine School of Nursing Baccalaureate Class of December 2023. The University of Maine recognizes that it is located on Marsh Island in the homeland of the Penobscot Nation, where issues of water and territorial rights and encroachment upon sacred sites are ongoing. Penobscot homeland is connected to the other Wabanaki tribal nations, the Passamaquoddy, Maliseet, and Micmac, through kinship, alliances, and diplomacy. The university also recognizes that the Penobscot Nation and the other Wabanaki tribal nations are distinct, sovereign, legal, and political entities with their own powers of self-governance and self-determination. This pinning ceremony marks an important step along the path to the graduates' chosen profession of nursing. Today, they are transforming from student nurse to professional nurse on their way to a meaningful career. Florence Nightingale presented a Medal of Excellence to honor her most outstanding graduate nurses. Bellevue Hospital in New York City began a similar tradition of awarding a pin to each of its graduates in 1888. Thereafter, schools of nursing continued the tradition. The University of Maine Nursing Pin is a symbol of pride in the school and the profession. The pin has a symbolic color of blue and a pine tree superimposed on an outline of the state to honor the University of Maine School of Nursing, the University of Maine, and the state of Maine. I want to extend a warm welcome to our graduating students, distinguished guests, faculty, and staff of the School of Nursing, clinical partners, and the families and guests of our graduating class. Will you please stand as I introduce you? The distinguished guests are Dr. T. Scott Marzilli, Associate Provost for Student Success and Innovation. Dr. Diane Rowland, Dean of the College of Earth, Life, and Health Sciences and Director of the Maine Agricultural and Forest Experiment Station. Dr. Melissa Leidenheim, Associate Dean of the University of Maine Honors College. And Dr. Cynthia Erdley, Professor of Psychology at the University of Maine. I would also like to introduce our faculty and staff. As I read your name, please stand and remain standing until all of the names are read. Will the audience please hold your applause until everyone is standing? Gwen Esty Kendall. Sarah Hanscom. Dr. Valerie Herbert. Amanda Henderson. Graduate Program Coordinator, Dr. Carleen Marzilli. Meryl McCarthy. Kara O'Donnell. Caitlin Robinson. Associate Director of the School of Nursing, Dr. Catherine Robinson. Dr. Amanda Savage. Diane Walsh. Dr. Catherine Weatherford Darling. And a very special thank you to Clinical Assistant Faculty and FNP Program Coordinator Sean Sibley, who is assisting from backstage this evening. We want to introduce and acknowledge our part-time clinical and lab instructors and nurse preceptors. These outstanding nurses guide our students in evidence-based quality nursing care in a variety of healthcare settings. They were selected because of their vast clinical knowledge, expertise, and professionalism. We cannot educate the next generation of nurses without them. Although I will not read their individual names, would those clinical and lab instructors and preceptors present here this evening please stand and be recognized? The School of Nursing would like to recognize and thank our partnering healthcare organizations who welcome our students to learn in their facilities. This evening, we are honored to celebrate our graduates with Greg LaFrancois, Senior Vice President for Northern Light Health and President of Northern Light Eastern Maine Medical Center, Wayne Steller, Vice President of Nursing and Patient Care Services for Northern Light Acadia Hospital, and Christopher Laird, Associate Vice President of Patient Care Services for Critical Care, Respiratory Medicine, and Clinical Education at Northern Light Eastern Maine Medical Center. The University of Maine School of Nursing would like to thank Northern Light Eastern Maine Medical Center and Northern Light Acadia Hospital for their sponsorship of the reception prior to our ceremony this evening, as well as the Alton 38 and Adelaide Ham Campus Activity Fund for a reception held earlier today. Thank you. We would also like to recognize and thank graduating students Nicole Chandler and Hope Jordan, as well as Clinical Coordinator Caitlin Robinson for their tremendous efforts planning the ceremony this evening. And finally, last but certainly not least, I would like to recognize the loved ones who have supported our graduates. Will the loved ones of our graduates please stand and be recognized? At this time, Associate Provost Marzilli will welcome the graduating students.
Good evening, esteemed faculty, honored guests, proud families, and most importantly, the incredible nursing graduates. On behalf of the University of Maine's administration, I would like to welcome you all to the School of Nursing pinning ceremony for the class of 2023. Today marks a pivotal moment in your journey, a culmination of hard work, dedication, and unwavering commitment. Each of you seated here tonight has exhibited tremendous resilience, passion, and the pursuit of excellence throughout your rigorous and rewarding education here at the University of Maine. This pinning ceremony isn't just about a decorative pin. It's a symbol of your readiness to embrace the profound responsibility that comes with being a nurse, the responsibility to heal, to comfort, to advocate for, and the responsibility to make a tangible difference in the lives those that you touch. Nursing is more than a profession, it's a calling. And by a show of hands here, how many of you have been touched in a positive way by a nurse? In 2020, in the height of the pandemic, my dad unexpectedly went in for a triple bypass. He had to go into the hospital all by himself, and we were left alone as he was, or we thought he was. 4 hours, an hour passed, another hour passed, another hour passed. At about 4 hours, of all things that happened, my phone rang. It was FaceTime with my dad. No one knew what to do, and we hit the button, and it was a nurse. It was a nurse that was with my dad, letting us know that my dad was not alone, that my dad had the support of the nurse, and we became great friends because my dad routinely wanted to have FaceTime with us and all of his grandkids. So this is a remarkable opportunity. So tonight, you carry forward this legacy of nursing, a legacy built on the shoulders of countless dedicated individuals that came before you. Let your pin not only adorn your uniform, but to serve as a constant reminder of the trust placed in you by those seeking care, the knowledge you gained, and the responsibility you willingly shoulder. To the families and friends who have supported these graduates, your encouragement, sacrifices, and unwavering belief in them have been instrumental in their success. You have been the pillars of strength and their shoulders to lean on. So today we also celebrate you, the individuals who have been the graduates' cheerleaders, support networks, and biggest fans. If you would please give your parents, grandparents, spouses, partners, children, siblings, aunts and uncles, and friends a huge round of applause for their support. Finally, to the faculty and staff, your guidance, wisdom, and mentorship have shaped these graduates into the remarkable nurses they are today. Your dedication to their success is evident in the excellence we see seated before us tonight. Again, would you please give your faculty and staff a huge round of applause? Graduates, as you move forward into the next chapter of your journey, remember that learning doesn't stop here. Embrace every challenge as an opportunity to grow, every patient encounter as a chance to make a difference, and every moment as a privilege to serve. Congratulations on this momentous achievement. Wear your pin with pride, embrace your calling with passion, and go forth to make an incredible, long-lasting mark on the world of nursing. The healthcare community eagerly awaits the contributions each of you will make. Once again, congratulations and best wishes on your remarkable journey ahead.
Thank you, Associate Provost Marzilli. Dean Rowland will greet the graduating students.
Good evening and congratulations. This ceremony is absolutely one of the highlights of being dean of this college. However, for the last 2 years, I've had to open my remarks at these pinning ceremonies with the confirmation that yes, nurses were in the College of Natural Sciences, Forestry, and Agriculture, and I'm the one that will be shaking your hand at graduation. But today, I can proudly say our new name better represents you, the College of Earth, Life, and Health. I have stickers for you to take tonight, but I know the real gift that you are receiving today, your pen, represents the years of hard work, dedication, and sacrifice that you have invested here within the college and at the university. I congratulate you, but I also admire you for this remarkable accomplishment. The School of Nursing is home to one of UMaine's most competitive and rigorous programs. I can only imagine what resilience and determination you either had to have developed coming in here or you honed very carefully over time to achieve something really so amazing. But I also know that these are the skills that are some of the most valuable you've earned here aside from your actual nursing skills. They're some of the most important skills that you will need for your next steps, whatever they are, on the front lines of patient care. Because I know this next step you're about to take, no matter what, will again test your limits. But I also know how good, how utterly excellent our School of Nursing faculty are at making sure you are well prepared to take these next steps. At the core, they have given you the power to advance evidence-based practice and patient-centered care. Good job. I have no doubt you will make a profound impact on the lives of your patients. So continue to use all of these skills, personal and professional, that you've gained during your degree here at UMaine. They will allow you to stay committed, stay compassionate, and stay true to your values that inspired you to be a nurse. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dean Rowland. The vision of the University of Maine is to transform lives through research, teaching, and public service. In the School of Nursing, we embrace this vision and have used it to craft the pillars of our program: academic programming, research and scholarship, and public service. Tonight, we have chosen to recognize a part-time adjunct instructor and students who demonstrate excellence in each of these pillars. Please welcome School of Nursing Associate Director, Dr. Catherine Robinson, for the presentation of awards. Dr. Valerie Herbert, Associate Professor in the School of Nursing, will present the Academic Pillar Awards.
Thank you. The Academic Pillar Award is presented to a graduating student with an exemplary academic record, while also balancing other life commitments. This year, we have two outstanding recipients for this award. Throughout their time here at UMaine Nursing, both recipients have continually demonstrated an unwavering commitment to both academic and clinical excellence while completing a rigorous nursing program. The first recipient, this recipient has managed to hold on to the ultimate dream of becoming an excellent nurse, all the while balancing life commitments and demands. She's a full-time single parent to 2 young children. She's earned previous bachelor's and master's degree. During nursing school, she's worked at the UMaine Student Life and is currently the assistant director. A significant role for our community, especially during the time of COVID. In this role, she was responsible for developing all the quarantine and isolation procedures and protocols for the entire UMaine student body, back in a time when this was changing almost daily. She's also the Assistant Director of the Veterans Education and Transition Services, VETS Center, here on campus. She's been inducted and is a member of our Sigma Omicron Xi Chapter Large Nursing Honor Society. Clinically, she completed her senior partnership in the cardiac care unit at St. Joseph's, all the while achieving a very impressive GPA. Although it has been a journey with many sacrifices to get here, she made it, and she did so fabulously. Congratulations, Katie Harder. Don't make me cry. I've got one more to go through. Oh, we'll have to do nursing care over there. For the next recognition, this recipient managed to hold on to attaining the ultimate dream of becoming an excellent nurse, all the while by balancing multiple life demands. She is also a single mother to 2 young daughters, has earned 2 previous undergraduate degrees. During nursing school, she worked as a CNA, a unit secretary, and a transportation specialist, and on the front lines of healthcare during our COVID pandemic. Not only facing the pandemic challenges during nursing school, but also for her 2 young children and their schooling. She's a member of Sigma Tau Delta English Honor Society, clinically completed her senior partnership at the Cardiac Intensive Care at Northern Light Eastern Maine Medical Center. And she did all this while achieving an exceptional GPA. Your hard work and dedication is most definitely recognized and should be an example and an inspiration to your daughters. Congratulations, Angie Timms.
Thank you, Dr. Herbert. Please welcome Kelly Pellegrino, University of Maine Baccalaureate Class of May 2024, to present the Service Pillar Award.
Hello, everyone. I'm extremely excited to be here today to present the Pillar Award for Excellence in Service. One of the most vital aspects of being a nurse is to serve those around you. Nurses serve through providing care and compassion to their patients, to their communities, and through supporting fellow nurses as they go through one of their most rewarding careers out there. The recipient of this Service Pillar Award is someone who has truly opened their heart to helping serve both the University of Maine community as well as working hard to positively impact the lives of every patient they have encountered. The recipient of this award has been very active both on campus and throughout the Maine community and has gone above and beyond to help make the world a better place. Just to name a few, they have worked for the university as a team leader for the dining halls, where they utilize team working and communication skills to ensure an excellent dining experience for all students who enjoy. They have worked as a certified nursing assistant, as well as a developmental tech assistant, where they have worked tirelessly to provide empathetic and sensitive care to all the residents at their facility. I personally have had the privilege and honor to work both and learn from the recipient of this award, and I can say in full confidence that watching the care that this recipient has given at work goes to show how much of an amazing nurse they're going to be. Lastly, the recipient of this award was the previous president of the Orono Student Nurses Association. For those of you who don't know, the Orono Student Nurses Association is an organization for nursing students that has the overall goal of fostering a friendly environment for students to come and learn, de-stress at the end of the day, and to give back to the community. The recipient not only has met this goal, but they excelled at it. They helped organize community service events. For example, they facilitated the club in collecting various supplies such as personal care items, snacks, clothing for colder weather, and feminine hygiene products for kits that were distributed to unhoused individuals throughout the community. They also provided students with educational opportunities to help expand their nursing knowledge, and helped bring representatives of the club to the National Student Nurses Convention in Nashville, Tennessee in 2023 and Salt Lake City, Utah in 2022. Overall, the recipient of this award displays the core aspects of what it is to be a nurse every day, and I know that they will continue to display these in their future endeavors. They have recently accepted a position in the Mother-Baby Unit at Eastern Maine Medical Center in Bangor, Maine, and I know without a doubt that they are going to do great things. So without further ado, could Nicole Chandler please come forward to accept your award?
Thank you, Kelly. Please welcome Dr. Cynthia Erdley, Professor of Psychology at the University of Maine, to present the Research Pillar Award.
So let me start by congratulating all of you for being pinned this evening. You might wonder why a professor from the psychology department is here. I think it'll become clear in just a moment. It is an honor to have been invited to present the Research Pillar Award. The student who is the recipient of this award is a nursing major who minored in psychology and who is also a student in the demanding Honors College at the University of Maine. In addition to the rigorous challenges of the nursing program, this student conducted an independent original research project for her honors thesis. I am here today as I had the privilege of being a member of this student's honors thesis committee. This student spent about 2 years working on this research, which focused on the impact of parents' depression on their children. After extensively reviewing the available research literature on parental depression, this student discovered that although there were many studies that have examined the effect of parental depression on younger children, there was very little research on how parental depression might affect their young adult children. Having identified this gap in the research literature, this student designed a study that focused on young adults at a key transition point in their lives, specifically as they face the many challenges associated with beginning college. The participants in this study were first-year UMaine students who reported that they had lived with a biological parent with depression for at least 5 years prior to starting college. In an anonymous survey, these students were questioned about their perceptions of their parents' behaviors while the children were living with them, as well as about their current experiences as a college student. When analyzing participants' responses, this researcher identified 4 major themes. One theme focused on these students experiencing a lack of empathy and support from their parents. A second theme reflected feeling emotionally burdened by their parents' depression, for example, worrying and feeling guilty. A third theme was role reversal, such that young adult children felt that it was their responsibility to care for their parents' emotional needs. The fourth major theme was self-sufficiency, with these participants demonstrating resilience in taking care of themselves, including taking charge of their college search and financial aid processes. In her thoughtful and beautifully written thesis, this student discussed the ways in which the study results could inform practice, policy, and future research. For example, she emphasized the importance of providing resources, education, and support for students who have lived with a parent with depression. These students are clearly an at-risk group. In fact, over half of the UMaine first-year students who participated in this study reported being diagnosed with depression themselves. Thus, identifying and providing support for adult children of depressed parents is definitely an important public health concern. It was exciting that within this research project, this student combined her interest in and passion for nursing and psychology. She demonstrated excellent skills in conducting her research and interpreting the results. Furthermore, throughout the research process, she showed persistence as well as a strong commitment of producing outstanding work. Please join me in congratulating Jasmine Olshan, this year's recipient of the Research Pillar Award.
Thank you, Dr. Erdley. Please welcome graduating student Charlotte Lonco to present the Teaching Pillar Award.
The clinical instructor who was voted as this year's outstanding adjunct was described as caring, supportive, and willing to go the extra mile for their students. My classmates expressed their gratitude for his calm and approachable nature. We really connected with him through his stories he shared with us and his experience as a psychiatric nurse. He made us feel comfortable and confident, and we will always be thankful for that. The graduating class of December 2023 is honored to recognize Taryn Donovan. Please come forward and accept your award.
Thank you, Charlotte, and congratulations again to all of our award winners this evening. The graduating class has selected Jasmine Olshan as their representative, and she will now offer her remarks.
Thank you, Annie. Good evening, students, family, friends, faculty, and distinguished guests. My name is Jasmine, and tonight I have the privilege of speaking to you all on behalf of the December 2023 BSN graduates. Here we are, 4.5 years later. I look at this cohort who started off looking a little different. A lot has happened along the way, and it was a climb to get here. But the 27 of us together have cried, laughed, carpooled, complained, and achieved this remarkable accomplishment. And I look at this audience radiating an endless amount of love and support for all of us, and it's very surreal. Throughout nursing school, we've put in an incredible amount of hard work. And in honor of the annual Spotify Wrapped coming out, I thought I'd present Nursing School Wrapped. We spent 100 hours in labs and simulations, not only practicing skills like head-to-toe assessments, reacting quick to septic shock, but I'm sure Caitlin Robinson, Amanda Henderson, and Dr. Savage can attest to our Oscar-worthy acting performances too. There were even some real tears sometimes. Our favorite song was "Your Simulation is Now Complete." We spent 740 hours in clinical, those anxious, often snowy 5:30 a.m. drives, saying sorry every 2 minutes for being in someone's way, but learning the beauty of compression socks early in life and maybe helping deliver a baby or two. In lectures, we learned everything from the Krebs cycle to how to raise a virtual child, to interpreting blood gas values, and maybe the hardest topic yet, figuring out how the heck to apply for licensure. With the 121 credits required for a BSN, plus the standard recommendation to spend at least 3 hours outside of class per credit, this equals 5,445 hours of work for 8 semesters. This extra 9th semester tacked on an extra dozen credits or so, and let's face it, we spent way more than 3 hours per credit. So let's just round those 5,445 hours to something realistic, like, I don't know, 7 or 10 million. To top it all off, we succeeded in one of the hardest college majors in the midst of a world-stopping pandemic. We were here the very day it began as second semester freshmen, and we stuck around through the darkest days as sophomores and juniors. Inevitably, we will witness tragedy all over the world, and unfortunately, even right here in Maine. In spite of this, all 27 of us made the choice on our own to persevere through a field that has been preparing us to be on the front lines and see the worst of it all. But as Mr. Rogers would say, look for the helpers. The world is in constant need of helpers like all of you. Now, with all of this knowledge and experience, I'm sorry to be the one to say it, but we're heading right back to square one. That fish out of water, I know nothing, I know nobody feeling. Many say nursing school prepares you to become a nurse, but you don't really learn how to be a nurse until you are one. Everything I've learned here at UMaine has been invaluable. But if there's one thing that I very confidently learned from going through nursing school through a pandemic, it's that things don't go as planned. And I will tell you why I think that's what makes this cohort and this experience so special. It was never my plan to attend the University of Maine, and I wasn't even a nursing major. So sometimes you take an extra semester, big deal. Sometimes it takes another year. Some of us transferred majors, others transferred schools. This is a second college degree for some of you and the first of an entire family generation for others. Some of us might have been hit by that dreaded number, 76.9, in which falling short by 0.1 points will hold you back a semester. C's get degrees, but not in nursing. And the concept of failure in nursing school hits pretty deep. The pressure to succeed academically became unhealthy for a lot of us, and knowing that just one mistake can take a human life can be crushing. Some of us struggled financially through nursing school. Many continued to work jobs on top of the demands of this degree. Some of you had children to raise, or you welcomed a newborn just last year. There were some weddings to plan, but there were also some funerals to plan. A lot of you faced unimaginable hardship, and as you spent hours nurturing patients at clinical who were going through some of the worst days of their lives, a lot of you went through your own worst days behind the scenes. And in spite of it all, here you are. A lot of the time, things don't even go as planned on a day-to-day basis. Sometimes you make up a 13-hour clinical on Super Bowl Sunday. Some of us had to do night shift for partnership, and if you're like me, you accidentally scheduled yourself to work when the clocks turned back an hour. If you're like Lauren, you might show up to your first day of pediatric clinical in your cute scrubs, but a baby with an upset stomach might decide that they don't really like those scrubs. Sometimes you're like Nicole, excited for your out-rotation in the critical care unit, so excited that you wake up on the floor and you're told that you fainted on top of one of the nurses. Talking to patients is really intimidating too, and no matter how much you might plan what to say, you might not always say the right thing. Take it from Ryan Thurlow, who asked a patient who worked at McDonald's if she was a, quote, Big Mac or McChicken girl. And Maria has her whole spiel rehearsed for when patients ask if she's old enough to be in nursing school. Learning a new skill is tough too. Hope didn't plan to take a shower in 500 mils of normal saline when she learned how to spike an IV bag for the first time. And I'm sure Lily didn't mean to almost practice sub-Q injections on herself. And maybe Michael didn't plan on waking up to a classmate hitting his window with a wooden stick instead of his alarm that he snoozed for MedSurg 3 clinical. And who knows what could happen in your first clinical ever. Jack probably didn't mean to lock himself in the janitor's closet. It's frustrating when things don't go as planned or when phases of life feel unfair. Change is hard and loss is terrifying. But as you might see in these 27 graduates, is that things work out. Change might make us lose a lot of things, but we gain things that we never expected. Things that might remind us of our humanity and will make us better nurses, like friendship, empathy, perspective, resilience. Maybe it's a new appreciation for life and the people you love. Maybe it's patience for yourself. If things went as planned for me, I would not be standing here. I would not have met my best friends. I would not have had the privilege of working with Dr. Mary Tedesco-Schneck on my thesis, where she could tell my stress levels from the number of white hairs that I had, or learning from Katie Trepanier, who wrote us each individual cards on the last day of MedSurg 2, or from Annie Smith, who took the time to individually congratulate us if we got an A on her exam. I also wouldn't have eaten all the free candy that Dr. Val Herbert brings to class and have her wonder why I score so low on test questions about diet teaching. I can also now look up to people in this cohort like Katie and Kate and Angie and Jake, who as parents adopted a lot of us in their own way. I look to Ryan Pullen and Molly, who can make the class laugh through 3 straight days of test prep. And I can count on Lily and Charlotte and Hope and Jenna when my anxiety tells me that I can't do this. I can count on any of you for kindness. I will close with this. If you made it here, you can do the hard things. In one of my favorite books, The Alchemist, I read that when you really want something, all the universe conspires in helping you to achieve it. And here we are surrounded by family, friends, mentors, and each other, who have all conspired to help us achieve this monumental milestone, even if it wasn't a linear path. I am proud and I am lucky that things didn't go as planned, because otherwise I would not be up here congratulating this amazing and resilient cohort of December 2023 BSN graduates. Thank you.
Well done, Jasmine. Thank you so much for that. All right, I'm going to readjust my podium a little bit because it's time to pin these graduates. Okay. Is there room behind me now? Yeah. Okay. The graduates will each be pinned by a person of their choice. In your program, you will note that the graduates have been divided into 3 groups. Will the first group of graduates now stand and come forward to receive their pin? If you are pinning a graduate in the first group, please make your way to the right of the stage and see Caitlin. Kate Ames. Kate is being pinned by her husband, Justin Ames. Kate plans to work at Northern Light Mayo Regional Hospital. Kate would like to thank her family for being there through the ups and downs of nursing school, her mother for giving advice and answering questions, her dad for being a huge supporter of going back to school and believing in her dreams, her husband for listening and being her rock and believing in her when she didn't think she could handle anymore. Lastly, her children who have been understanding and willing to adapt to crazy schedules. Also, a huge thank you to the faculty and staff for all the support over the last month and all classmates that have reached out offering support. Jenna Brazel. Jenna is being pinned by her mother, Mary Brazel. Jenna plans to work at Connecticut Children's Hospital. Jenna would like to thank her family for supporting her through this long process and never missing a phone call when she was on the verge of a breakdown. Her friends and sorority sisters for giving her unconditional support and helping make this process as memorable and fun as it could be. Her colleagues at Eastern Maine's emergency department for all they taught her while being a CNA there. And lastly, her roommates from apartment 812 for being there through all the good and bad over the past 4.5 years. Jake Carrison. Jake is being pinned by his daughter, Adelaide Carrison. Jake plans to work in the ICU at Eastern Maine Medical Center. Jake would like to thank his family for supporting his aspirations, his classmates who made this journey fun, his preceptors for imparting their wisdom on him, his wife for pushing him to keep going when he had doubts, and his daughter for giving him the motivation to finish strong. Nicole Chandler. Nicole is being pinned by her mother, Sherry Chandler. Nicole plans to work at Northern Light Eastern Maine Medical Center on Grant 7, Mother Baby. Nicole would like to thank all who supported her through this long and rewarding journey of nursing school, including her family, Dylan and his family. Thank you to her Orono Student Nurses Association family for all of the memories she will hold on to forever. Thank you to her Grant 7 family at Eastern Maine Medical Center. You all have made her feel at home through this last leg of nursing school. And lastly, a special thank you to her mother for understanding and helping her as they endured nursing school together. Jessica Dupler. Jessica is being pinned by her father, Chuck Dupler. Jessica plans to work in the float pool at Maine Medical Center in Portland, Maine. Jessica would like to thank her family, friends made along the way, and Zach. As she continues to learn and grow in this new chapter of her life, she wants you all to know that you have been an integral part of her journey. Your belief in her, your sacrifices, and your love have fueled her determination to succeed in her academic pursuits. This experience has been an incredible blessing. Thank you all. Lauren Edwards. Lauren is being pinned by her mother, Beth Edwards. Lauren plans to work at Maine Medical Center in Portland, Maine. Lauren would like to thank her amazing family who have given her endless support throughout nursing school and were always there when she needed it. Her wonderful friends who were always there to listen, her loving boyfriend John and his family for always believing in her, and Ryan Pullen for being her study buddy. She could not have done this without any of you. She loves you all. Abby Enck. Abby is being pinned by her mother, Kim Enck. Abby plans to work in the OR at Vanderbilt University Medical Center in Nashville, Tennessee. Abby would like to thank her family, friends, and specifically her amazing parents for their continued support these past 4 years, who believed in her even when she didn't. There are not enough words to express how grateful she is for you and everything you have done for her. Thank you for instilling the confidence in her to work hard and pursue her dreams with no boundaries. Without you, she would not be where she is today or where she is going tomorrow. Maddie Faulkner. Maddie is being pinned by her mother, Amy Faulkner. Maddie plans to work as a pediatric psychiatric RN at Acadia Hospital in Bangor, Maine. Maddie would like to thank her family, specifically her late father, who always pushed her to do what made her happy. He knew what she was capable of when she didn't. Although he is not here pinning her today, she knows that a piece of him is forever with her wherever she goes. Maria Gichana. Maria is being pinned by her mother, Joyce Farms. Maria plans to work on the cardiac unit at Leahy Hospital and Medical Center in Burlington, Massachusetts. Maria would like to thank her family and friends for their unwavering support. She wants to give a special thanks to her parents for this life they have given her and all the sacrifices they have made. Without you guys, she would not be where she is today. Will the second group of graduates now stand and come forward to receive their pin? If you are pinning a graduate in the second group, please make your way to the right of the stage. Madeline Gill. Madeline is being pinned by her brother, Evan Gill. Madeline plans to work at Maine Medical Center. Madeline would like to thank her best friends, Melissa and Caitlin, for all of the study dates and always making it fun. She would also like to thank her family for making her feel so loved from so many miles away and always answering her phone calls before exams. Katie Harder. Katie is being pinned by her mother, Jennifer Harder. Katie plans to work pursuing a career with VA healthcare. Katie would like to thank her parents. Without their help and support, she would not have been able to complete this program. Her partner, Adam, for his patience, organization, and sticking with her through everything. Her kids, Theo and Chloe, for being her biggest cheerleaders. Her amazing friends, but especially Andy, for being there through the best of times and the worst of times. UMaine Student Life for their amazing flexibility and keeping her employed while she pursued this dream. And lastly, her classmates. She can't imagine doing this with any other cohort. Hope Jordan. Hope is being pinned by her mother, Kristen. Hope plans to work in Boston. Hope would like to thank her family and friends. Nursing school has been a journey, and she would not be here today without the support and love of those in her life. Emily and Kaylee, thank you for always believing in her and being shoulders to lean on. Emily W., thank you for calming her down and being her rock. Mom and Dad, this would not be possible without both of your emotional support. And Kate, thank you for always making her laugh and being so kind to her, especially when she is stressed out. Here's to the future. Anna Kowski. Anna is being pinned by her younger sister, Eva. Anna plans to work in the Boston area. Anna would like to thank her parents and grandparents for being her role models when it comes to family and work ethic, and to Jack and her siblings for always having her back and showing her how to have fun despite all the schoolwork and studying. She also would like to thank her wonderful friends, Charlotte, Gamma, and Ray, for being her support system throughout school and for being the best girls ever. Her life wouldn't be the same without you ladies. And honorable mention to Char's cat, Mr. Fig, for being so cute, squishable, and fluffy. Charlotte Lonco. Charlotte is being pinned by her sister, Heather Lonco. Charlotte plans to work in the PACU and OR at Plastic and Hand Surgical Associates in South Portland, Maine. Charlotte would like to thank her amazing parents for their unwavering love and encouragement throughout this nursing school journey and her whole life. To Brent, thank you for being her rock and always supporting her. Colby, you are the one that pushed her to go back to school, so thank you so much for that. Monique, for understanding her like no other and for being her daily comedic relief. And to her siblings for always being there through thick and thin. She loves all of you. Audrey Maddox. Audrey is being pinned by Devin Cole. Audrey is still deciding on work. She would like to thank her parents and sisters for always being there and supporting her. Devin, for the countless ways you helped her during nursing school. She doesn't know what she would have done without the home-cooked meals you provided for her during this long process. Jackie, for always being willing to process about anything and everything. Kenny and Vicky, for your unwavering encouragement over the years. Her friends who challenge her to be the best version of herself each and every day. And all of the professors, clinical instructors, advisors, and preceptors she has had during this process. The knowledge, wisdom, patience, and dedication that you imparted on us will continue to positively impact the nursing profession for generations to come. Michael Mark. Michael is being pinned by his mom, Janie. Michael plans to work in Houston, Texas. Michael would like to thank his girlfriend, Katie, his friends, family, and especially his parents, Janie, Ted, and Michael Sr., for their unwavering support throughout his education. Their sacrifices and love have been the foundation of his success, and he would not be here today without you. He would also like to thank Lily for her constant motivation to do his best and her persistent reminders of the upcoming due dates he may or may not have been aware of. Caitlin Miller. Caitlin is being pinned by her father, Rit Miller, RN. Caitlin plans to work in the ICU step-down unit at Yale New Haven Hospital. Caitlin would like to thank her incredible family for always believing in her and supporting her through these 4 years. To her best friend, Erin, thank you for the endless laughter and always having her back. She truly could not have gotten through college without you. She is so grateful for her amazing preceptor this past semester, her boyfriend, Adam, and all of her friends for the words of advice, love, and encouragement. Love you guys. Jasmine Olshan. Jasmine is being pinned by her dad, Jeff Olshan. Jasmine plans to work in the medical ICU at Maine Medical Center. Jasmine would like to thank her loving parents for giving her the world and not expecting anything in return. Her best friends who support and love her unconditionally. Her professors and thesis committee who remind her that she can do hard things. Her preceptor, Nick, for his patience and helping her get her first IV. This amazing and resilient cohort who remind her that the world is full of kind people. Will the third group of graduates now stand and come forward to receive their pin? If you are pinning a graduate in the third and final group, please make your way to the right of the stage. We have a lost pin rolling around him here. 2 lost pins. Recover. All right, ready? Mia Pothier. Mia is being pinned by her mother, Peg Pothier. Mia plans to work in pediatrics. She'd like to thank her wonderful parents and family for their love and support throughout nursing school and her entire life. Thank you for pushing her to achieve her dreams. She would not be where she is today without you all. To her little cousins, she loves you so much. Thank you for always being there for her and brightening her day. And lastly, a special thanks to her mom for being her best friend. Ryan Pullen. Ryan is being pinned by his aunt, Jill Bolduc. Ryan plans to work in the emergency department at Maine Medical Center. Ryan would like to thank his amazing friends and family for their support through this crazy journey, and a special thank you to his friends in the nursing program. Without them, he would not be where he is today. Their generosity and sense of humor will stay with him forever. Ryan Thurlow. Ryan is being pinned by his mom, Linda. Ryan plans to work in the CICU at Maine Medical Center. He'd like to thank his family for their continuous support and inspiration throughout his education. Angie Timms. Angie is being pinned by her daughter, Sylvia. Angie plans to work in the float pool at Northern Light Eastern Maine Medical Center. Angie would like to thank Sylvia and Beatrice for all the joy they bring, Tofi for his constant support and kindness, and for all the adventures, Mia and Katie for all the rides to clinical, her parents for their unconditional love and support, and the faculty at UMaine. Thank you for being so encouraging and for instilling confidence and knowledge in all of us. Molly Walker. Molly is being pinned by her brother, Eric Walker. Molly plans to work as a pediatric nurse in Southern Maine. Molly would first like to thank her family for the never-ending support, encouragement, and inspiration. She would also like to thank her best friends and sorority sisters for all of the unforgettable memories and navigating college with her. She couldn't have done this without the Army behind her. And thank you to UMaine, the college of our hearts always. Jester West. Jester is being pinned by Robert West. Is still deciding on work. Jester would like to thank its parents for helping through the whole journey, its friends for being there for it throughout the journey and supporting it through, and its partners, both past and present, for being there and giving advice, support, and a space to escape the stress when it gets too much. Emily Wedham. Emily is being pinned by her mother, Tabitha Wedham. Emily plans to work at Hartford Hospital and Med-Surg Step-Down Unit. Emily would like to thank her mother, Tabitha, for being there to support her through nursing school, her father, Alistair, who she can always count on to make her feel better by making a joke out of any tough situation, her siblings, Matthew, Harper, and Gavin, who have always been there to support her late grandparents, Sue and John, who would be so proud of her accomplishments, her preceptor, Ashton, who has taught her everything she knows and helped her learn how to be a nurse. Lastly, she would like to thank Hope for always being there for her during school and having her as a study buddy and someone to lean on. Lily Williams. Lily is being pinned by her mother, Carissa Williams. Lily plans to work as a cardiothoracic telemetry nurse at Maine Medical Center in Portland, Maine. Lily would like to thank her always supporting and loving parents, Carrie and Scott, as well as her little sisters, Ella and Flora, for always keeping her humble. An incredibly special appreciation for her loved ones, Grandma and Grandpa, for always being her greatest inspiration and source of comfort. Thank you to her best friends throughout the program. Nobody should rather have done this with. Through hell or high water, we did it. It is my utmost honor and privilege to present to you the University of Maine School of Nursing Baccalaureate Class of December 2023. On behalf of the faculty, welcome to our profession. This concludes our ceremony. Would all guests please remain at your seats until the recessional is completed? Prior to the recessional, the class will pose for a group photo. This photo, along with all others taken this evening, will be provided to the graduates at no cost.